morning, everybody. We'll start with a brief opening statement from the head coach and then open it up for questions. Once we do, please get the attention of the mic holders and the benefit of our cameras.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Thanks, everybody, for being here. First of all, I want to say thank you to our students. That was awesome to see the class of 2020 here tonight. I hope they had fun, and obviously the rest of our students too. But for the first time to have that class in the building was a lot of fun. You could definitely see the change in the atmosphere. And I know there'll be no midterms next week, so I expect them to be here very early and ready to rock against an outstanding opponent. But solid team win. You know, we went into the game knowing it was going to be a hard-fought battle, especially based on our experiences a year ago down in Durham. And we got exactly what we thought we were going to get. I thought our defense had a really good plan. I thought we tackled better tonight, except for a few plays. And, really proud of those young guys in the secondary. I thought they stepped up. I think they were assaulted. They were attacked again. And I thought they stepped up and played very well. And, obviously to hold the team to 13 points and really, outside of that last drive, I thought it was pretty solid. I liked the way our offense responded in the second half. I believe we were across the 50 the entire first half, and only to have 7 points is kind of like being in a baseball game and having too many runners left on base. You just get a little bit uneasy with having that much movement of the ball and not enough points on the board. But I thought we responded pretty well. I think they threw every blitz ever known to man at us, and there were a lot of things and opportunities that we missed that we didn't take advantage of, but we'll obviously learn from that and get better. And, I thought from a kicking game standpoint, Duke has historically been the best, if not one of the best in the ACC. And I haven't looked at all the stats tonight, but I think we held our own pretty well. So, like I said, great team win. It goes back to the way we prepared last week. We had our best week of preparation, so the credit goes first and foremost to the guys. They did a terrific job getting themselves ready. So now a new challenge this week with school starting on Tuesday, but they'll be fine. They'll handle that well. And I'm very, very happy for our staff. It's the all-time winningest staff in Northwestern history. We had a couple of tough losses, and, obviously people are going to take shots at them. I think they shut the noise off pretty well and responded pretty well. So we'll have to continue to do that if we don't coach well enough, and I get that. That's what you do when you coach at this level. And but I thought they had a great week. I thought their attitude stayed very positive. I thought they stayed upbeat and coached the heck out of the guys all week. So with that, how about some questions, please?
Coach, this week, a lot of changes up front in the depth chart. You moved C.J. Robbins outside. What did you see out of those guys? It seemed much improved on the running defense and just overall getting pressure as well.
Yeah, we made that move a week ago for the ISU game. I made it late in the week, and so I do release a depth chart for the record. All right, so I'm just not going to cordially update it every time we make changes. So, we felt like we had changed the rotation. We didn't like what we had from a standpoint, number one, obviously, of third down production in the opener. Second of all, we did not do a very good job at all from a standpoint of rotating enough guys, not just the front, the entire defense in that situation. And I thought, from being on the field, however many minutes it was, close to 40 in the opener, we just didn't have enough guys play to keep ourselves fresh in the fourth quarter, and it cost us. So that was the reasoning and the rationale behind that move. And obviously then the guys have got to go out and embrace it. And I'm really proud of CJ. I mean, he doesn't have captain after his name right now, but he's a captain. I mean, he's a great emotional leader. He's a great physical leader. He's been through a lot of battles. 6th year here now. He's been through a lot from just an amazing family, from down in LaSalle. Went to LaSalle, Peru. So just really, really proud of CJ. And I think he's done a good job leading that group.
How do you evaluate Clayton tonight? Obviously took a bunch of hits, had a lot of highlight throws. Yep. Also, 21 incompletions. What all do you think?
Well, like I said, I think he saw just about every pressure he's going to see in his career. A couple things. We've got to do a better job helping him, and I'm not just saying coaching-wise. I'm also saying production-wise on the outside. We had some route running that we've got to get cleaned up that didn't help him. But he's won 11 games as a starter, and I thought he hung in there pretty well with the amount of heat that we got.
Coach, Austin Carr's gone from a guy that, came here as a walk-on, and he's really now developed into that true number one, not only as a safety blanket, but we even saw can stretch the field, a guy that can convert on third down. What has he meant not only for Clayton, but your offense as a whole?
Well, first of all, Austin is just an incredibly special young man. Off the field, he's a rock star. I mean, he's I don't know. I think he speaks 5 languages. He can play the piano. He can sing. He was an actor in high school. He's devout in his faith. He walks the talk. I mean, he's just a really special guy. He just exudes success. I mean, everything about him it just points to just a great future. But no one in our program is surprised, and I think with the respect level that our players have is probably why he was given the responsibility of being a captain. And to see how he's embraced that role and a little bit out of his comfort zone. He's as gregarious as he is and as well-rounded as he is. He hasn't really been a guy that's, kind of gone and said a whole lot. He's just kind of gone and played. And so, when you become a captain, you don't have that choice. You've got to get out of your comfort zone. And I think he's done a really good job with that. And I think that shows where he'll go in the future. I mean, this is a guy who's going to be, running companies or could be the president. I mean, he's that type of person. And to see him have success on the field, somebody asked me, it might have been Ted on WGN after. I'm just honored to be his coach. I mean, it's truly an honor to coach young men like Austin, and to have that opportunity is something special.
How crucial was it for the opening drive to set the tone for the rest of the game after last week?
Yeah, we always talk about starting fast. I think it was really important to get things going the right way. I think from a confidence standpoint, and. I thought the guys, again, it goes back to the way that we prepared. And again, the credit goes to our players, most importantly, and to the staff. I thought we responded really well from a couple of tough losses that we and again, I don't want to discredit ISU and I don't want to discredit Western at all, because people always do that when we beat them. So I don't want to do that. But we had so many opportunities to win those games, but we didn't. And you have to learn from them. And you can't feel sorry for yourself. You just got to keep grinding and get work to get better. And, obviously I'd like to have our record in another place, but you are what your record is, and you better embrace it and do something about it. And I thought our guys did this week. So starting fast was really important.
Coach, the defense tonight seemed to play a lot better in the second half. Given all the injuries in the secondary so far, what were the adjustments that you guys made at halftime?
Not very many, quite frankly. There were a couple plays that we didn't fit very well in the first half, and so we wanted to get those things cleaned up. We talked about just making a couple of little tweaks, but nothing. I mean, quite frankly, we had to adjust a lot more in the last 2 games prior to this, because they were both openers. We didn't know what we were going to get from the Redbirds just because they're opening game, and obviously you had no idea what you're going to get from Western. So, I thought the defense just had a really good plan, but I thought the guys played really hard. I think when you make a team one-dimensional, and we did a pretty good job stopping the run today, without really having a whole lot of pressure involved. When we can do that, I think we got a chance to be pretty good.
So, Coach, you mentioned a couple of times all the different blitzes, the pressures that Duke was bringing. Do you think that's something that you as a staff could have maybe game planned better for, or did it really just come down more to execution out in the field today?
I'm not sure what your question. What do you mean? Game?
It's something that you expected.
Yeah.
All the different pressures.
Oh yeah. No. We expected them to bring pressure, and they're going to bring one more than we have. Then you got to make them pay. And I mean, how many times were balls just slightly overthrown, right? Or how many times have we, just barely missed those types of throws? There's a ton of things that we can do better as a staff. That's why we get paid to do what we do, and we've always got to be critical of ourselves first and foremost. And so, we'll take a look at it tonight. And I thought we adjusted fairly decent. But then all of a sudden here came in something new. So credit Duke. I should have started off. I mean, I've got so much respect for Coach Cutcliffe and his staff. He's a first-class man, and he's a first-class coach, and that's a team that's won a lot of football games under his guidance, and they're going to win a lot of games this year in the ACC. I just think the way that we finished the game today gave us an opportunity to win.
Coach, through the first couple of games, you guys have been on offense, have taken some deep shots, but haven't been able to hit them. And then today, obviously, the 3 long touchdowns. How important was it to finally start getting that deep ball working for the offense?
Well, it's critically important. I mean, I don't think I'm going to give away game plan secrets tonight. I mean, we've been trying to throw the ball down the field more, and we've got to make people pay for putting 25 people in the box. And if we can continue to do that, we're going to finally get some people to play off us a little bit, and then we'll have some balance. But I don't think any one of our first three opponents have hid their game plan. I think they've said, we're going to blitz everything at you, stop your run, and make Clayton and the receivers beat them. And, obviously today we had enough success in that area. But I don't think that game plan is going to change until we show that we can handle it. So we got a lot of work to do as coaching staff to make sure we give our guys a great plan.
Coach, with all the injuries in the secondary, what did it mean to you to see the healthy veterans like Anthony and Godwin step up and play well and get some clutch turnovers?
Yeah, Anthony dealt with some injury stuff in camp, and he missed about 2 weeks. So he's finally getting back into, I think, game shape, and I think that's starting to show. And then, Godwin, I think, has played well. I just think he's tried, again, put yourself in his situation. He goes from being kind of the dean of the secondary with Matt, a guy that he can trust, and Keith, who's played a lot, and then, Kyle, he and Kyle are close to now a whole nother cast of guys out there with him. And I think he's handled it very, very well, but he's had a lot on his plate, and I think he's handled it extremely, extremely well. And, great to see him have a great game tonight. Almost had another pick. That would have been sweet.
You weren't in there for long, but after the game, did you sense like a kind of a weight off your shoulders to pick up that win and kind of come back and sing the fight song?
Yeah, no, I think I saw a bunch of guys that celebrated their rear ends off. I mean, I think they've had 2 tough games that I think we all know as a program that we could have done better in, but we didn't. And I think it just shows if you have perseverance and some grit and you stay the course, that you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to. And I think the other way around, I think they were proud of the way that they responded, and I think they were proud of the way that they prepared, and I think they were proud of the way that they won. And, as I told them, as always after we win, I expect them to have good, clean American fun, but this is one win. And, now everybody's back to undefeated. I mean, you can say what you want, but everybody's undefeated in Big Ten play. And the records start over for a reason, and we've got a great opponent coming in here next week. So watch a lot of football today. I think it comes back to who doesn't beat themselves. It's typically who ends up winning the game. And I saw a lot of teams beat themselves today like I watched us beat ourselves for 2 weeks. So, hopefully we can continue to improve and get better.
Anyone else for Coach?
Teddy, did you have one? Oh, all right. I need a player. I can answer anything you want for Clayton. Hey, by the way, before I go, happy birthday to my son, Ryan. Where are you at, Ryan? All right, this Tuesday. He's turning 10 years old, so happy birthday, little buddy. All right, go Cats. Thanks.
Good. I get 2 for 1 here. I wanted to ask you both about the touchdown play, 26-yarder or whatever it was.
You go first. We just knew what coverage going in that they were going to play to our open set. And, just like we executed during the week, it worked out perfectly. Clayton hit me right on throw. Perfect ball.
Yeah, just beat him. You'll see it. He widens him, and he just takes it right up the seam. So it was a nice play by Garrett against man coverage.
And how much, considering the struggles with offense, how much did that play mean?
Yeah, I think it meant a lot. But it was just the first drive of the game, and it was Garrett's first touchdown catch, so that was huge. That was fun for us. But I think when we get in that situation more, we gotta capitalize more when we get down there. It can't just be the first drive of the game. And I think we do a pretty good job of scoring that first drive of the game, but we got to finish better, and I think that's something we're learning tonight.
For Clayton, so you had 3 beautiful touchdown passes tonight, but also probably some throws that you would have liked to have back. I know you haven't watched tape or anything yet, but just coming out of this game, what's like the one thing you think he could have done better?
Yeah, I think I could have stayed in there a little bit, and I was throwing off my back foot a few times where I didn't have to. I think I got to stay in there, maybe take a hit, but complete some of those balls. And that one to Austin finally did that, but I got to do the better job of that. Clayton, how big was it to finally get some of those deep passes going after the first couple weeks trying to do that and not being as successful, and then finally tonight getting those 3 long touchdowns?
I think that was huge, especially for our offense. I think that's something in the passing game we didn't have a year ago is those explosive plays, and that's something we've worked hard on. And credit those receivers getting open. That's a good group of defensive backs we just played right there, and they did a great job against them. And it's a good stepping stone for us.
Garrett, did you go into the game knowing you were going to be a big part of the offense?
I kind of just go into every game, thinking that I need to step up and make an impact for our offense. Every week we kind of game plan, and, I hope that I'm going to be a big part in the offense. But, nothing specifically this week.
Anything specific on film that let you know that you were going to have a pretty good night?
No, not necessarily.
And then after number 33 clocked Austin, you went up and had a little conversation with him. What did you say to him?
Just sticking up for my guys. We're a team. I can't let somebody go out there and hit my boy like that. So, I just had a couple choice words for him, some things that I won't say right now. But, just trying to stick up for my man Austin.
Did he say anything back to you?
No, not really. Not really.
Garrett, speaking of sticking up for your boy, Clayton took 5 sacks, and it seemed like got hit 3 times 3 times as often. What are you guys trying to do now to protect him? And after Garrett answers Clayton, if you can address that too.
Well, going in, we knew that they were going to bring a lot of pressure and man up on the outside. So, try to do some things protection-wise to, make sure we could protect Clayton as well as we could. Obviously it didn't work out, a couple plays as well as we would have liked it to. But, we were really just trying to sit in there and protect Clayton so, he can sit in the pocket and deliver those passes.
What kind of toughness is he showing you guys?
I'm sorry?
What kind of toughness is he showing you guys?
He's showing great toughness, because it's hard to sit in there when, you got 7 guys blocking but 8 guys coming. It's hard to sit in there and know that you're going to get hit and, still deliver the ball. So, he's showed great toughness, and, we're really proud of him, especially tonight. He had a great game. So, he's just really showing us a lot.
Clayton, did any of those hits stun you? It seems like he bounced up every time.
No, I've gotten hit before. Gotten hit harder than that, but yeah, I'm good.
Garrett, in this game, even though the passing game was working whenever Clayton really had time to throw, seemed to have a little trouble getting the running game working efficiently. Is there anything you think you can do this week in practice to make sure that Justin and Austin can get more room to work with?
It's just going back to work. We know we have a big opponent coming up in Nebraska, and, we got to take him seriously as we do every opponent. We just know that we got to get back to basics. Running the ball is something that we hang our hat on, without a doubt. So, we just got to go back to work and, get ready for Nebraska coming up.
Garrett, you guys lost Dan Vitale over the offseason and then Jamie in camp as well. Did you feel like any weight on your shoulder to step up, especially going into your 3rd year here? And anyone in particular that helped you, anything that you've worked on with Clayton, anything of that nature?
I knew that I was going to have to be a pretty vital part of the offense. Our super back is always a very big part of our offense. And, if I was going to be the starter, I needed to step up and, go out there and make some plays. So, since spring ball, Clayton and I were really on it, trying to be on the same page, watching film together, talking constantly about, this route or that route, and, just trying to be on the same page so we could get to the season and, I would be able to be productive and he and I would be on the same page.
Any further questions for Clayton and Garrett? All right, thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks.
Hey, Anthony, we'd be remiss if we did not ask. Fitz said that you had missed a couple weeks in training camp and you're now just rounding into football shape. Is that about right?
Sounds about right. Yeah, kind of got nicked up my knee a little bit in camp, but you know, I missed a few reps, but I was able to get back and just starting to get, you know, really back in shape and, you know, get them reps back and, you know, just, you know, you never get that, you know, game rep experience from camp, but, you know, the closest thing to it is, you know, practicing in camp, and I missed a few days, so, you know, just to get back into it, feels really good.
I assume it was frustrating. You know, school built a whole campaign around you, and you're trying to do big things in those first couple games, and it wasn't quite there. What was that experience like?
I mean, it was more so bad that we were losing. At the end of the day, man, stats, you know, I can have 1 tackle, 0 tackles, and we win, I'll be fine. But, you know, definitely just want to come out with the W, and I was excited that we came out with one today, and that's all that matters.
For either of you, how do you evaluate the defense as a whole's performance tonight?
I felt like we were able to make some plays, you know, that we left out there the last 2 games, which all along, you know, I knew we had it in us. I think we focused on this time, you know, is letting loose, you know, giving everything we got, playing with passion, having fun again. You know, we had a lot of fun, you know, through camp, off season. You know, we kind of get away from that. I think when we have fun and we're relaxed, when we're playing our game, that's when we're at our best. So, I mean, I thought we played great today.
Godwin, it must just have felt like people were just going down all around you in the secondary the past couple of weeks. How was there like a message you had as the senior leader to those guys? You know, Trey Williams making his first start, and even Montre, still young guys. Did you have any message to them? Did you have anything that you tried to rally them around?
I mean, obviously I had faith in them. You know, great players. I think I went back to when I was a redshirt freshman, making my first start. And I remember Coach Brown telling me, you know, it's just football. You know, it's nothing. You've been doing this all your life. And that's kind of the message I have for the young boys. Like, it's just football. You have the talent. You know, you're here for a reason. You've been grinding with us this whole time. You haven't had that time to shine, but now you're here. It's just football. Relax, go out there, play how you know you can, and have fun. And that's exactly what they did. Very proud of them.
Godwin, can you take us through the interception play?
It's actually funny. We ran that play in practice. You know, it comes down to preparation. Once again, we ran that play in practice. Scout team did a hell of a job all week, and you know, when that exact play came down, let him go a little, you know, inside of me, came underneath it, came up, didn't intercept it in practice. But I remember the coaches trying to get on me. They're like, don't let him get inside of you too fast. But you know, Ant was like, nah, bro, I got the inside. You do what you do, and that's like what I did in the game. Came down to it. I knew it was coming, ran underneath it, and mwah.
Please check AKA Godwin on Twitter. He tweeted before the game, "Thanks for the INT," and he said God gave him God told him to tweet it if he believes in him, and it happened. Yeah, it's the honest truth. I'm telling you. So you can check it out right now. I'm telling you, it's on there 3 hours ago. I'm telling you.
It's been a long time, but I knew I was feeling it. He told me, man.
Similar question for Anthony. Can you take us through the fumble recovery and what you saw on that play?
A horrible play by me, honestly. I kind of came too far up the field, and I gave the quarterback an inside lane, but I was able to get my hand on the ball and kind of make a big play for our team, and it was a great momentum shift for us, and yeah, just happy to be there to make it for my team.
So, Godwin, did you envision that? What compelled you to tweet that out before the game?
I mean, I was in the room, you know, praying, talking to God, and he was telling me like, you're gonna get an interception today. It's been a while, as you guys know, it's been a long time, and I was like, it's been too long. I'm not gonna. He's like, if you believe it, go ahead and tweet it. And I was like, nah, I'm not about to look like a fool. If I don't have an interception, I'm gonna get cheesed. Everybody's gonna make fun of me. I was like, nah, you know what? I had faith and I believed. I had that feeling, man. Went ahead and tweeted it. God made it happen. And now I'm right here.
We'll be paying attention to your feet. I guess I'll just ask one more. I mean, you can't get rid of the 2 losses, but you head into Big Tens. Does it feel like a clean slate, or you're 1-2? How does it feel?
It's a lot better than 0-3. So we'll take 1-2 right now. Going into Big Ten play, it's going to be a battle. I mean, as you can see, anybody can win on any Saturday. As you can see from the games that happened today, and we have to bring our A game every day now. It's the Big Ten play. It's what we came here to play. We came here to play in the Big Ten, play big time football, and it starts right now.
I agree. I mean, some huge games ahead of us. Coming with momentum after this game. I mean, obviously the last 2 games were very close as well. Didn't have a chance to finish them, but very, believe deeply in this team, and I know we have the talent to go ahead and finish the season very, very strong.
Guys, especially with the freshmen all here today, crowd a lot bigger than it was in the previous 2 weeks. How big is that for a defensive unit to help either disrupt the offense or just give you guys more energy?
The crowd was rocking tonight, and we really appreciated it. We were able to get I think we had a few false start penalties on them, and we got to give that to the crowd as well. And just the excitement and the build for the game tonight. I mean, it was the best it's ever been. So I was really happy for them, happy to have them.
Keep coming. Keep coming, all you guys. I mean, it's awesome, having that crowd there. Obviously you win, it makes it a little easier for people to come to the games. So. Got to win today. Hopefully, keep it coming. Change kind of. We want to change the culture, at Northwestern. Obviously, in the past, we haven't had the best crowds, but I think since I've been here, even it's gotten bigger and bigger, and we want to keep winning and keep giving them something to cheer about.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, gentlemen.